Hey guys, so for today's video I have a black and silver smoky eye makeup tutorial. So let's get started with priming. Of course, I'm going to use the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Primer. I actually really like this primer. It's mattifying and it has like that silicone touch, but it also has a little bit of a cooling effect. So I'm also going to use my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation, and this one is in the shade 3W1, I believe. And of course for concealer, there's no surprise that I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. I'm just going to apply that underneath the eyes and of course down the center of my face as well, and blend it all out with my Sigma 3D HD sponge. So to set that under eye, I'm taking the Wet n Wild contouring palettes, both shades, mixing the two and applying that underneath the eye. And this is the Sigma F35 brush. I do get asked a lot what brush this is, and it's the Sigma F35. Moving on to bronzing, I'm taking the Wet n Wild contour stick in the shade Oaks on You, and I'm applying that with my e.l.f. 103 brush. This is like my favorite cream bronzing brush. I almost said blush. And this is the KKW medium contour stick, and I'm just using that for the nose just because it fits so well in that area because it is nice and small. And I am going to be blending that out with the Morphe E7, and I'm also going to use that same Morphe E7 with the Fenty Truffle Match Stick to add some contouring and some extra definition to the cheeks. So to set that cream bronzer and cream contour, I'm going to use the L'Oreal GLAM bronzer. I don't know why I always have trouble finding this in store and even finding a link for it for you guys, so I'm not sure if it's discontinued or what. But for blush, I'm going to take NARS, I think this is Luster. Yeah, Luster. And for highlight, I am using the Estee Lauder Heatwave. This is so beautiful, you guys. It's such an amazing wet gold highlight that isn't too golden, it's not too pale, it's just a perfect golden highlight. So I did my brows and primed my eyelids off camera, so we're moving on to eyeshadow. I'm taking the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. This is the shade Silk Cream. Now, I have kind of like flat eyes that are slightly hooded. I just pretty much have a small lid space, and my crease isn't really that defined. So what I'm going to do is extend my lid space by applying the crease shade a little bit higher just so I can make more room for the lid area and make my eyes look a little bit bigger. So you'll notice I'm applying these shadows closer to the brow, again to give me more lid space. So next I'm using Pukey here, and I'm really kind of creating that definition and just pretty much defining my crease even more to really make it look like I do have a deeper set, more defined crease. And I am switching brushes later on too to even further define it. You'll notice that I'm also taking the crease shades from inner to outer corner and just kind of really defining the crease all the way and not only on the outer corner. Now we're going to work solely on the outer corner. We're not bringing this shade on the crease at all. This is the shade Central Park, and it's a really deep dark brown. So we're patting that on first, and then we're going to go ahead and blend it out with a clean blending brush. This is key whenever you're working with darker shades. Apply it with one brush, blend it out with the clean one. That way you can avoid the messy, bruised eye look. Next, I am taking the shade Abby's, I think it's called. This is just a really beautiful, deep, dark black that applies and blends beautifully. Jaclyn did an amazing job on this formula, that's for sure. So again, I'm applying it with one brush and then blending it out with another clean one. So I really wanted to smoke out the lower lash line, so I'm just taking Silk Cream first and then moving on to Pukey and smoking that out. But what's really gonna make it look super deep and dark and smoky is applying the dark brown, the shade Central Park, and really smoking that out. It's gonna make it look a little bit dark and a little bit scary at first, but trust me, you guys, pop on some lashes, and adding this really dark smokiness on the lower lash just really gives it that extra smokiness. How many times can I say smoky in one video? I don't know. So this is the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm just taking this beautiful silver shade and applying that with some Fix Plus on the brush. And as you can see here, this is perfect because I made a larger lid space so that the silver can actually show, and I'm really just applying that with this flat brush. Now this silver was a little bit, I don't know if you guys can notice, but it has a little bit of a blue undertone, so not my favorite, but I had a hard time finding a silver shade in my collection, so I need to go shopping for some silver eyeshadows now. So I wanted to add just a little bit of sparkle. I didn't want to do a full coverage glitter lid, just a little bit. So here I'm applying the Violet Voss glitter glue, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter. So again, I'm not doing a full coverage glitter lid, but I just wanted to add some specks of sparkle peeking through, and I just like that effect that it gave. It just kind of sparkled when the light hit in certain ways. And on the inner corner, I'm applying Becca's Opal. So I wanted to keep the lips super flesh toned since the eyes are so dramatic. So I love a dramatic eye with a flesh toned nude lip. So I decided to go with Etc. MAC lip liner and just line my lips with that, and also filled them in a tiny bit. And then I decided to go ahead and pop on the Marc Jacobs Yours to Try liquid lip cream. And I kind of felt like a gloss instead of a matte lip, just to really play up the sparkly lid. So I figured let's do a sparkly glossy lip. So I'm going to take Dose of Colors over the top gloss, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Mwah.